Shalom and welcome back to the Cepher Daily Readings. I am Trish. Thank you so much for stopping by to follow along. All praise and glory to the Most High Yah, Yahuwah, in the name of the Son, Yahusha, Yahawashai, HaMashiach. We are in Jubilees, Yovheliym, chapter 26. And in the 7th year of this week, Yitzhak called Esau his elder son, and said unto him, I am old, my son, and behold, my eyes are dim in seeing, and I know not the day of my death. And now take your hunting weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field, and hunt and catch me venison, my son, and make me savory meat, such as my soul loves, and bring it to me that I may eat, and that my soul may bless you before I die. But Ribkah heard Yitzhak speaking to Esau, and Esau went forth early to the field to hunt and catch and bring home to his father. And Rivkah called Yaakov her son, and said unto him, Behold, I heard Yitzhak your father speak unto Esau your brother, saying, Hunt for me, and make me savory meat, and bring it to me that I may eat and bless you before Yahuwah before I die. And now, my son, obey my voice in that which I command you. Go to your flock, and fetch me 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for your father, such as he loves. And you shall bring it to your father, that he may eat and bless you before Yahuwah, before he dies, and that you may be blessed. And Yaakov said to Ribkah his mother, Mother, I shall not withhold anything which my father would eat, and which would please him. Only I fear, my mother, that he will recognize my voice and wish to touch me. And you know that I am smooth, and Esau, my brother, is hairy, and I shall appear before his eyes as an evildoer, and shall do a deed which he had not commanded me, and he will be angry with me, and I shall bring upon myself a curse and not a blessing. And Ribkah his mother said unto him, Upon me be your curse, my son. Only obey my voice. And Yaakov obeyed the voice of Ribkah his mother, and went, and fetched 2 good and fat kids of the goats, and brought them to his mother, and his mother made them savory meat, such as he loved. And Ribkah took the goodly raiment of Esau, her elder son, who was with her in the house, and she clothed Yaakov, her younger son, with them, and she put the skins of the kids upon his hands, and on the exposed parts of his neck. And she put the meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Yaakov. And Yaakov went in to his father and said, I am your son. I have done according as you bade me. Arise and sit, and eat of that which I have caught, father, that your soul may bless me. And Yitzhak said to his son, How have you found so quickly, my son? And Yaakov said, Because Yahuwah Elohika caused me to find. And Yitzhak said unto him, Come near, that I may feel you, my son, if you are my son Esau or not. And Yaakov went near to Yitzhak his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Yaakov's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because it was a dispensation from heaven to remove his power of perception. And Yitzhak discerned not, for his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's, so that he blessed him. And he said, Are you my son Esau? And he said, I am your son. And he said, Bring near to me that I may eat of that which you have caught, my son, that my soul may bless you. And he brought near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And Yitzhak his father said unto him, Come near and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and he blessed him, and said, Behold, the smell of my son is as the smell of a full field which Yahuwah has blessed. And may Yahuwah give you of the dew of heaven and of the dew of the earth, and plenty of grain and oil. Let nations serve you, and peoples bow down to you. Be prevalent over your brethren, and let your mother's sons bow down to you. And may all the blessings wherewith Yahuwah has blessed me, and blessed Abraham, my father, be imparted to you and to your seed forever. Cursed be he that curses you, and blessed be he that blesses you. And it came to pass, as soon as Yitzchak had made an end of blessing his son Yaakov, and Yaakov had gone forth from Yitzchak his father, he hid himself. And Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also made savory meat, and brought it to his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of my venison, that your soul may bless me. And Yitzchak his father said unto him, Who are you? And he said unto him, I am your firstborn, your son, Esau. I have done as you have commanded me. And Yitzchak was very greatly astonished, and said, Who is he who has hunted and caught and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before you came, and have blessed him. And he shall be blessed, and all his seed forever. And it came to pass, when Esau heard the words of his father Yitzchak, that he cried with an exceeding great and bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, father. And he said unto him, Your brother came with guile, and has taken away your blessing. And he said, Now I know why his name is named Yaakov. Behold, he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now he has taken away my blessing. And he said, Have you not reserved a blessing for me, father? And Yitzchak answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him prevalent over you, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with plenty of grain, and wine, and oil have I strengthened him. And what now shall I do for you, my son? And Esau said to Yitzchak his father, Have you not but one blessing, O father? Bless me, even me also, father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Yitzchak answered and said unto him, Behold, far from the dew of the earth shall be your dwelling, and far from the dew of heaven from above. And by your sword will you live, and you will serve your brother. And it shall come to pass, when you become great, and do shake his yoke from off your neck, you shall sin a complete sin unto death, and your seed shall be rooted out from under heaven. And Esau kept threatening Yaakov because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And he said in his heart, May the days of mourning from my father now come, so that I may slay my brother Yaakov. Chapter 27. And the words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Ribkah in a dream. And Ribkah sent and called Yaakov her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, Esau your brother will take vengeance on you, so as to kill you. Now, therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise and flee you to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until your brother's anger turns away, and he remove his anger from you, and forget all that you have done. Then I will send and fetch you from thence. And Yaakov said, I am not afraid. If he wishes to kill me, I will kill him. But she said unto him, Let me not be bereft of both my sons on one day. And Yaakov said to Ribkah his mother, Behold, you know that my father has become old, and does not see because his eyes are dull. And if I leave him, it will be evil in his eyes, because I leave him and go away from you, and my father will be angry and will curse me. I will not go. When he sends me, then only will I go. And Ribkah said to Yaakov, I will go in and speak to him, and he will send you away. And Ribkah went in and said to Yitzchak, I loathe my life because of the 2 daughters of Heth, whom Esau has taken him as women. And if Yaakov take a woman from among the daughters of the land, such as these, for what purpose do I further live? For the daughters of Canaan are evil. And Yitzhak called Yaakov and blessed him, and admonished him, and said unto him, Do not take you a woman of any of the daughters of Canaan. Arise, and go to Aram Naharaim, to the house of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take you a woman from thence of the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. And El Shaddai bless you, and increase and multiply you, that you may become a company of nations, and give you the blessings of my father Abraham, to you and to your seed after you, that you may inherit the land of your sojourning, and all the land which Elohim gave to Abraham. Go, my son, in peace. And Yitzhak sent Yaakov away, and he went to Aram Naharaim, to Laban, the son of Bethuel, the Arami, the brother of Ribkah, Yaakov's mother. And it came to pass, after Yaakov had arisen to go to Aram Naharaim, that the Ruach of Ribkah was grieved after her son, and she wept. And Yitzhak said to Ribkah, My sister, weep not on account of Yaakov, my son, for he goes in peace, and in peace will he return. El Elyon will guard him from all evil and will be with him, for he will not forsake him all his days. For I know that his ways will prosper in all things wherever he goes, until he returns in peace to us, and we see him in peace. Fear not on his account, my sister, for he is on the upright path, and he is a perfect man, and he is faithful, and will not perish. Weep not. And Yitzhak comforted Ribkah on account of her son Yaakov, and blessed him. And Yaakov went from the well of the oath to go to Haran on the 1st year of the 2nd week in the 44th Jubilee. And he came to Luz on the mountains, that is, Bet-El, on the new moon of the 1st month of this week. And he came to the place at evening, and turned from the way to the west of the road that night. And he slept there, for the sun had set. And he took one of the stones of that place, and laid under the tree. And he was journeying alone, and he slept. And he dreamt that night, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of Yahuwah ascended and descended on it. And behold, Yahuwah stood upon it. And he spoke to Yaakov and said, I am Yahuwah Elohai of Abraham, your father, and the Elohai of Yitzhak. The land whereon you are sleeping, to you will I give it, and to your seed after you. And your seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and you shall increase to the west, and to the east, to the north and the south. And in you and in your seed shall all the families of the nations be blessed. And behold, I will be with you, and will guard you whithersoever you go. And I will bring you again into this land in peace, for I will not leave you until I do everything that I told you of. And Yaakov awoke from his sleep and said, Truly this place is the house of Yahuwah, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, Dreadful is this place, which is none other than the house of Elohim, and this is the gate of heaven. And Yaakov arose early in the morning, and took the stone which he had put under his head, and set it up as a pillar for a sign, and he poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bet-El, but the name of the place was Luz at the first. And Yaakov vowed a vow unto Yahuwah, saying, If Yahuwah will be with me, and will guard me in this way that I go, and give me bread to eat, and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then shall Yahuwah be my Elohim, and this stone which I have set up as a pillar for a sign in this place shall be Yahuwah's house, and of all that you give me, I shall give the 10th to you, my Elohim. Chapter 28. And he went on his journey, and came to the land of the east, to Laban, the brother of Ribkah, and he was with him, and served him for Rachel his daughter 1 week. And in the 1st year of the 3rd week he said unto him, Give me my woman, for whom I have served you 7 years. And Laban said unto Yaakov, I will give you your woman. And Laban made a feast, and took Leah his elder daughter, and gave her to Yaakov as a woman, and gave her Zilpah his handmaid for a handmaid. And Yaakov did not know, for he thought that she was Rachel. And he went in unto her, and behold, she was Leah. And Yaakov was angry with Laban, and said unto him, Why have you dealt thus with me? Did I not serve you for Rachel, and not for Leah? Why have you wronged me? Take your daughter, and I will go, for you have done evil to me. For Yaakov loved Rachel more than Leah, for Leah's eyes were weak, but her form was very handsome. But Rachel had beautiful eyes, and a beautiful and very handsome form. And Laban said to Yaakov, It is not so done in our country, to give the younger before the elder. And it is not right to do this. For thus it is ordained and written in the heavenly tablets, that no one should give his younger daughter before the elder. But the elder one gives first, and after her the younger, and the man who does so, they set down guilt against him in heaven. And none is righteous that does this thing, for this deed is evil before Yahuwah. And command you the children of Yasharel that they do not this thing. Let them neither take nor give the younger before they have given the elder, for it is very wicked. And Laban said to Yaakov, Let the 7 days of the feast of this one pass by, and I shall give you Rachel, that you may serve me another 7 years, that you may pasture my sheep as you did in the former week. And on the day when the 7 days of the feast of Leah had passed, Laban gave Rachel to Yaakov, that he might serve him another 7 years. And he gave to Rachel Bilhah, the sister of Zilpah, as a handmaid. And he served yet other 7 years for Rachel, for Leah had been given to him for nothing. And Yahuwah opened the womb of Leah, and she conceived and bore Yaakov a son, and he called his name Reuben, on the 14th day of the 9th month, in the 1st year of the 3rd week. But the womb of Rachel was closed, for Yahuwah saw that Leah was hated, and Rachel loved. And again Yaakov went in unto Leah, and she conceived, and bore Yaakov a second son, and he called his name Shimon, on the 21st of the 10th month, and in the 3rd year of this week. And again Yaakov went in unto Leah, and she conceived, and bore him a third son, and he called his name Levi, in the new moon of the 1st month, in the 6th year of this week. And again Yaakov went in unto her, and she conceived, and bore him a fourth son, and called his name Yahudah, on the 15th of the 3rd month, in the 1st year of the 4th week. And on account of all this, Rachel envied Leah, for she did not bear. And she said to Yaakov, Give me children. And Yaakov said, Have I withheld from you the fruits of your womb? Have I forsaken you? And when Rachel saw that Leah had borne 4 sons to Yaakov, Reuben, and Shimon, and Levi, and Yahudah, she said unto him, Go in unto Bilhah my handmaid, and she will conceive, and bear a son unto me. And she gave him Bilhah her handmaid to be his woman. And he went in unto her, and she conceived, and bore him a son, and he called his name Dan, on the 9th of the 6th month, in the 6th year of the 3rd week. And Yaakov went in again unto Bilhah a second time, and she conceived, and bore Yaakov another son, and Rachel called his name Naphtali, on the 5th of the 7th month, and the 2nd year of the 4th week. And when Leah saw that she had become sterile and did not bear, she envied Rachel, and she also gave her handmaid Zilpah to Yaakov to be his woman, and she conceived and bore a son, and Leah called his name Gad, on the 12th of the 8th month, in the 3rd year of the 4th week. And he went in again unto her, and she conceived, and bore him a second son, and Leah called his name Asher, on the 2nd of the 11th month, in the 5th year of the 4th week. And Yaakov went in unto Leah, and she conceived, and bore a son, and she called his name Yishachar, on the 4th of the 5th month, in the 4th year of the 4th week, and she gave him to a nurse. And Yaakov went in again unto her, and she conceived, and bore 2 children, a son and a daughter. And she called the name of the son Zebulun, and the name of the daughter Dinah. In the 7th of the 7th month, in the 6th year of the 4th week. And Yahuwah was gracious to Rachel, and opened her womb, and she conceived, and bore a son, and she called his name Yosef, on the new moon of the 4th month, in the 6th year, in this 4th week. And in the days when Yosef was born, Yaakov said to Laban, Give me my women and sons, and let me go to my father Yitzhak, and let me make me a house. For I have completed the years in which I have served you for your 2 daughters, and I will go to the house of my father. And Laban said to Yaakov, Tarry with me for your wages, and pasture my flock for me again, and take your wages. And they agreed with one another that he should give him as his wages those of the lambs and kids which were born black and spotted and white. These were to be his wages. And all the sheep brought forth spotted and speckled and black, variously marked, and they brought forth again lambs like themselves, and all that were spotted were Yaakov's, and those which were not were Laban's. And Yaakov's possessions multiplied exceedingly, and he possessed oxen and sheep and asses and camels and menservants and maidservants. And Laban and his sons envied Yaakov, and Laban took back his sheep from him, and he observed him with evil intent. Chapter 29. And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Laban went to shear his sheep, for they were distant from him a 3 days' journey. And Yaakov saw that Laban was going to shear his sheep. And Yaakov called Leah and Rachel, and spoke kindly unto them, that they should come with him to the land of Canaan. For he told them how he had seen everything in a dream, even all that he had spoken unto him, that he should return to his father's house. And they said, To every place whither you go, we will go with you. And Yaakov blessed the Elohim of Yitzhak his father, and the Elohim of Abraham his father's father. And he arose and mounted his women and his children, and took all his possessions, and crossed the river, and came to the land of Gilead. And Yaakov hid his intention from Laban, and told him not. And in the 7th year of the 4th week, Yaakov turned his face toward Gilead in the 1st month, on the 21st thereof. And Laban pursued after him, and overtook Yaakov in the mountain of Gilead in the 3rd month, on the 13th thereof. And Yahuwah did not suffer him to injure Yaakov, for he appeared to him in a dream by night. And Laban spoke to Yaakov. And on the 15th of those days, Yaakov made a feast for Laban, and for all who came with him. And Yaakov swore to Laban that day, and Laban also to Yaakov, that neither should cross the mountain of Gilead to the other with evil purpose. And he made there a heap for a witness. Wherefore the name of that place is called the heap of witness, after this heap. But before they used to call the land of Gilead the land of the Rephaim, for it was the land of the Rephaim, and the Rephaim were born there, Rephaim whose height was 10, 9, 8 down to 7 cubits. And their habitation was from the land of the children of Ammon to Mount Hermon, and the seats of their kingdom were Kiriathim and Ashtaroth, and Edrei, and Misur, and Beon. And Yahuwah destroyed them because of the evil of their deeds, for they were very malignant, and the Amoreim dwelt in their stead, wicked and sinful. And there are no people today who have wrought to the full all their sins, and they have no longer length of life on the earth. And Yaakov sent away Laban, and he departed into Aram Naharaim, the land of the east, and Yaakov returned to the land of Gilead. And he passed over the Yabok in the 9th month, on the 11th thereof. And on that day Esau his brother came to him, and he was reconciled to him, and departed from him unto the land of Seir. but Yaakov dwelt in tents. And in the first year of the 5th week in this Jubilee he crossed the Yarden, and dwelt beyond the Yarden. And he pastured his sheep from the sea of the heap unto Bet Sha'an, and unto Dothan, and unto the forest of Ma'ale, Akrabim. And he sent to his father Yitzchak all of his substance, clothing, and food, and meat, and drink, and milk, and butter, and cheese, and some dates of the valley. And to his mother Ribkah also 4 times a year, between the times of the months, between plowing and reaping, and between autumn and the rainy season, and between winter and spring, to the tower of Abraham. For Yitzchak had returned from the well of the oath, and gone up to the tower of his father Abraham, and he dwelt there apart from his son Esau. For in the days when Yaakov went to Aram Naharaim, Esau took to himself a woman, Machalath, the daughter of Ishmael, and he gathered together all the flocks of his father and his women, and went up and dwelt on Mount Seir, and left Yitzchak his father at the well of the oath alone. And Yitzchak went up from the well of the oath, and dwelt in the tower of Abraham his father, on the mountains of Hebron. And thither Yaakov sent all that he did send to his father and his mother from time to time, all they needed. And they blessed Yaakov with all their heart and with all their soul. Chapter 30. And in the first year of the 6th week he went up to Shalem, to the east of Shechem, in peace in the 4th month. And there they carried off Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov, into the house of Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivi, the prince of the land. And he lay with her and defiled her. And she was a little girl, a child of 12 years. And he besought his father and her brothers that she might be given to him to be his woman. And Yaakov and his sons were angry because of the men of Shechem, for they had defiled Dinah, their sister. And they spoke to them with evil intent, and dealt deceitfully with them, and beguiled them. And Shimon and Levi came unexpectedly to Shechem, and executed judgment on all the men of Shechem, and slew all the men whom they found in it, and left not a single one remaining in it. They slew all in torments, because they had dishonored their sister Dinah. And thus let it not again be done from henceforth, that a daughter of Yasharel be defiled. For judgment is ordained in heaven against them, that they should destroy with the sword all the men of the Shechmeim, because they had wrought shame in Yasharel. And Yahuwah delivered them into the hands of the sons of Yaakov, that they might exterminate them with the sword, and execute judgment upon them, that it might not thus again be done in Yasharel, that a virgin of Yasharel should be defiled. And if there is any man who wishes in Yasharel to give his daughter or his sister to any man who is of the seed of the other nations, he shall surely die. And they shall stone him with stones, for he has wrought shame in Yasharel. And they shall burn the woman with fire, because she has dishonored the name of the house of her father, and she shall be rooted out of Yasharel. And let not an adulteress and no uncleanness be found in Yasharel throughout all the days of the generations of the earth. For Yasharel is holy unto Yahuwah, and every man who has defiled it shall surely die. They shall stone him with stones, for thus has it been ordained and written in the heavenly tablets regarding all the seed of Yasharel. He who defiles it shall surely die, and he shall be stoned with stones. And to this Torah there is no limit of days, and no remission, nor any atonement. But the man who has defiled his daughter shall be rooted out in the midst of all Yasharel, because he has given of his seed to Molech, and wrought impiously so as to defile it. And do you, Moshe, command the children of Yasharel, and exhort them not to give their daughters to the other nations, and not to take for their sons any of the daughters of the other nations. for this is abominable before Yahuwah. For this reason I have written for you in the words of the Torah all the deeds of the Shechmim, which they wrought against Dinah, and how the sons of Yaakov spoke, saying, We will not give our daughter to a man who is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. And it is a reproach to Yasharel, to those who live, and to those that take the daughters of the other nations, for this is unclean and abominable to Yasharel. And Yasharel will not be free from this uncleanness, if it has a woman of the daughters of the other nations, or has given any of its daughters to a man who is of any of the other nations. For there will be plague upon plague, and curse upon curse, and every judgment and plague and curse will come, if he does this thing, or hide his eyes from those who commit uncleanness, or those who defile the sanctuary of Yahuwah, or those who profane his holy name. Then will the whole nation together be judged for all the uncleanness of profanation of this man. And there will be no respect of persons, and no consideration of persons, and no receiving at his hands of fruits and offerings, and ascending smoke offerings and fat, nor the fragrance of sweet savor, so as to accept it, and so fare every man or woman in Yasharel who defiles the sanctuary. For this reason I have commanded you, saying, Testify this testimony to Yasharel. See how the Shechmim fared, and their sons, how they were delivered into the hands of 2 sons of Yaakov, and they slew them under tortures. And it was reckoned unto them for a righteousness, and it is written down to them for righteousness. And the seed of Levi was chosen for the priesthood, and to be Yovheliym, that they might minister before Yahuwah, as we continually, and that Levi and his sons may be blessed forever. For he was zealous to execute righteousness and judgment and vengeance on all those who arose against Yasharel. And so they inscribe as a testimony in his favor on the heavenly tablets blessing and righteousness before Elohim of all. And we remember the righteousness which the man fulfilled during his life, at all periods of the year, until 1,000 generations they will record it. And it will come to him and to his descendants after him. And he has been recorded on the heavenly tablets as a friend and a righteous man. All this account I have written for you, and have commanded you to say to the children of Yasharel, that they should not commit sin, nor transgress the ordinances, nor break the covenant which has been ordained for them, but that they should fulfill it and be recorded as friends. But if they transgress and work uncleanness in every way, they will be recorded on the heavenly tablets as adversaries, and they will be destroyed out of the Cepher of life, and they will be recorded in the Cepher of those who will be destroyed, and with those who will be rooted out of the earth. And on the day when the sons of Yaakov slew Shechem, a writing was recorded in their favor in heaven, that they had executed righteousness and uprightness and vengeance on the sinners. And it was written for a blessing. And they brought Dinah, their sister, out of the house of Shechem, and they took captive everything that was in Shechem, their sheep, and their oxen, and their asses, and all their wealth, and all their flocks, and brought them all to Yaakov their father. And he reproached them because they had put the city to the sword, for he feared those who dwelt in the land, the Canaaniim and the Perizim. And the dread of Yahuwah was upon all the cities which are around Shechem, and they did not rise to pursue after the sons of Yaakov, for terror had fallen upon them. Chapter 31. And on the new moon of the month, Yaakov spoke to all the people of his house, saying, Purify yourselves, and change your garments, and let us arise and go up to Bet-El, where I vowed a vow to him on the day when I fled from the face of Esau my brother, because he has been with me and brought me into this land in peace, and put you away the strange Eloi that are among you. And they gave up the strange Eloi, and that which was in their ears, and which was on their necks, And the teraphim which Rachel stole from Laban, her father, she gave wholly to Yaakov, and he burnt and broke them to pieces and destroyed them, and hid them under an oak which is in the land of Shechem. And he went up on the new moon of the 7th month to Bethel, and he built an altar at the place where he had slept, and he set up a pillar there, and he sent word to his father Yitzchak to come to him to his sacrifice, and to his mother Ribkah. And Yitzchak said, Let my son Yaakov come, and let me see him before I die. And Yaakov went to his father Yitzchak, and to his mother Ribkah, to the house of his father Abraham. And he took two of his sons with him, Levi and Yehuda. And he came to his father Yitzchak, and to his mother Ribkah. And Ribkah came forth from the tower to the front of it, to kiss Yaakov and embrace him. For her ruach had revived when she heard, Behold, Yaakov your son has come. And she kissed him. And she saw his 2 sons, and she recognized them, and said unto him, Are these your sons, my son? And she embraced them, and kissed them, and blessed them, saying, In you shall the seed of Abraham become illustrious, and you shall prove a blessing on the earth. And Yaakov went into Yitzchak his father, to the chamber where he lay, and his 2 sons were with him. And he took the hand of his father, and stooping down he kissed him. And Yitzchak clung to the neck of Yaakov his son, and wept upon his neck. And the darkness left the eyes of Yitzchak, and he saw the 2 sons of Yaakov, Levi and Yehuda. And he said, Are these your sons, my son? For they are like you. And he said unto him that they were truly his sons. And you have truly seen that they are truly my sons. And they came near to him, and he turned and kissed them and embraced them, both together. And the ruach of prophecy came down into his mouth, and he took Levi by his right hand and Yehuda by his left. And he turned to Levi first, and began to bless him first, and said unto him, May the Elohim of all, the very Yahuwah of all the ages, bless you and your children throughout all the ages. And may Yahuwah give to you and to your seed greatness and great glory, and cause you and your seed from among all flesh to approach him to serve in his sanctuary as the angels of the presence, and as the holy ones. Even as they shall the seed of your sons be for glory and greatness and holiness. And may he make them great unto all the ages. And they shall be judges and princes and chiefs of all the seed of the sons of Yaakov. They shall speak the word of Yahuwah in righteousness, and they shall judge all his judgments in righteousness. And they shall declare my ways to Yaakov and my paths to Yasharel. The blessing of Yahuwah shall be given in their mouths to bless all the seed of the beloved. Your mother has called your name Levi, and justly has she called your name. You shall be joined to Yahuwah and be the companion of all the sons of Yaakov. Let his table be yours, and do you and your sons eat thereof. And may your table be full unto all generations, and your food fail not unto all the generations, unto all the ages. And let all who hate you fall down before you, and let all your adversaries be rooted out and perish. And blessed be he that blesses you, and cursed be every nation that curses you. And to Yehuda he said, May Yahuwah give you strength and power to tread down all that hate you. A prince shall you be, you and one of your sons, over the sons of Yaakov. May your name and the name of your sons go forth and traverse every land and region. Then shall the other nations fear before your face, and all the nations shall quake, and all the peoples shall quake. In you shall be the help of Yaakov, and in you be found the deliverance of Yasharel. And when you sit on the throne of honor of your righteousness, there shall be great peace for all the seed of the sons of the beloved. Blessed be he that blesses you, and all that hate you and afflict you and curse you shall be rooted out and destroyed from the earth and be accursed. And turning, he kissed him again and embraced him and rejoiced greatly. for he had seen the sons of Yaakov, his son, in very truth. And he went forth from between his feet, and fell down, and bowed down to him. And he blessed them, and rested there with Yitzhak his father that night. And they ate and drank with joy. And he made the two sons of Yaakov sleep, the one on his right hand, and the other on his left. And it was counted to him for righteousness. And Yaakov told his father everything during the night, how Yahuwah had shown him great mercy, and how he had prospered him in all his ways and protected him from all evil. And Yitzhak blessed the Elohim of his father Abraham, who had not withdrawn his mercy and his righteousness from the sons of his servant Yitzhak. And in the morning Yaakov told his father Yitzhak the vow which he had vowed to Yahuwah, and the vision which he had seen, and that he had built an altar, and that everything was ready for the sacrifices to be made before Yahuwah, as he had vowed, and that he had come to set him on an ass. And Yitzhak said unto Yaakov his son, I am not able to go with you, for I am old, and not able to bear the way. Go, my son, in peace, for I am 165 years this day. I am no longer able to journey. Set your mother on an ass, and let her go with you. And I know, my son, that you have come on my account, and may this day be blessed on which you have seen me alive, and I also have seen you, my son. May you prosper, and fulfill the vow which you have vowed, and put not off your vow, for you shall be called to account as touching the vow. Now, therefore, make haste to perform it, and may he be pleased who has made all things, to whom you have vowed the vow. And he said to Ribkah, Go with Yaakov your son. And Ribkah went off with Yaakov her son, and Deborah with her, and they came to Bet-el. And Yaakov remembered the prayer with which his father had blessed him, and his two sons, Levi and Yehuda. And he rejoiced and blessed the Elohim of his fathers, Abraham and Yitzhak. And he said, Now I know that I have an eternal hope, and my sons also before the Elohim of all. And thus is it ordained concerning the two, that they record it as an eternal testimony unto them on the heavenly tablets, how Yitzhak blessed them. Chapter 32. And he abode that night at Bethel, and Levi dreamt that they had ordained and made him the priest of El Elyon, him and his sons forever. And he awoke from his sleep and blessed Yahuwah. And Yaakov rose early in the morning on the 14th of this month, and he gave a tithe of all that came with him, both of men and cattle, both of gold and every vessel and garment. Yea, he gave tithes of all. And in those days Rachel became pregnant with her son Benjamin, and Yaakov counted his sons from him upwards, and Levi fell to the portion of Yahuwah. And his father clothed him in the garments of the priesthood, and filled his hands. And on the 15th of this month he brought to the altar 14 oxen from amongst the cattle, and 28 rams, and 49 sheep, and 7 lambs, and 21 kids of the goats, as an ascending smoke offering on the altar of sacrifice, well pleasing for a sweet savor before Elohim. This was his offering, in consequence of the vow which he had vowed that he would give a tenth, with their fruit offerings and their drink offerings. And when the fire had consumed it, he burnt incense on the fire over the fire. And for a thank offering 2 oxen, and 4 rams, and 4 sheep, 4 he-goats, and 2 sheep of a year old, and 2 kids of the goats. And thus he did daily for 7 days. And he and all his sons and his men were eating this with joy there during 7 days, and blessing and thanking Yahuwah, who had delivered him out of all his tribulation, and had given him his vow. And he tithed all the clean animals, and made an ascending smoke sacrifice. But the unclean animals he gave not to Levi his son, and he gave him all the souls of the men. And Levi discharged the priestly office at Bethel before Yaakov. his father, in preference to his 10 brothers, and he was a priest there. And Yaakov gave his vow. Thus he tithed again the tithe to Yahuwah, and sanctified it, and it became holy unto him. And for this reason it is ordained on the heavenly tablets as a Torah for the tithing again, the tithe to eat before Yahuwah from year to year, in the place where it is chosen that his name should dwell. And to this Torah there is no limit of days forever. This ordinance is written that it may be fulfilled from year to year in eating the second tithe before Yahuwah, in the place where it has been chosen, and nothing shall remain over from it from this year to the year following. For in it its year shall the seed be eaten till the days of the gathering of the seed of the year, and the wine till the days of the wine, and the oil till the days of its season. And all that is left thereof and becomes old, let it be regarded as polluted. Let it be burnt with fire, for it is unclean. And thus let them eat it together in the sanctuary, and let them not suffer it to become old. And all the tithes of the oxen and all the tithes of the oxen and sheep shall be holy unto Yahuwah, and shall belong to his priests, which they will eat before him from year to year. For thus is it ordained and engraved regarding the tithe on the heavenly tablets. And on the following night, on the 22nd day of this month, Yaakov resolved to build that place, and to surround the court with a wall, and to sanctify it and make it holy forever, for himself and his children after him. And Yahuwah appeared to him by night, and blessed him, and said unto him, Your name shall not be called Yaakov, but Yasharel shall they name your name. And he said unto him again, I am Yahuwah, who created the heavens and the earth, and I will increase you and multiply you exceedingly. And kings shall come forth from you, and they shall judge everywhere, wherever the foot of the sons of men has trodden. And I will give to your seed all the earth which is under heaven, and they shall judge all the nations according to their desires. And after that they shall get possession of this whole earth, and inherit it forever. And he finished speaking with him, and he went up from him, and Yaakov looked till he had ascended into heaven. And he saw in a vision of the night, and behold, an angel descended from heaven with 7 tablets in his hands. And he gave them to Yaakov, and he read them, and knew all that was written therein, which would befall him and his sons throughout all the ages. And he showed him all that was written on the tablets, and said unto him, Do not build this place, and do not make it an eternal sanctuary, and do not dwell here, for this is not the place. Go to the house of Abraham your father, and dwell with Yitzhak your father until the day of the death of your father. For in Mitzrayim you shall die in peace, and in this land you shall be buried with honor in the sepulchre of your fathers, with Abraham and Yitzhak. Fear not, for as you have seen and read it, thus shall it all be, and do write down everything as you have seen and read. And Yaakov said, Yahuwah, how can I remember all that I have read and seen? And he said unto him, I will bring all things to your remembrance. And he went up from him, and he awoke from his sleep, and he remembered everything which he had read and seen. And he wrote down all the words which he had read and seen. And he celebrated there yet another day, and he sacrificed thereon according to all that he sacrificed on the former days, and called its name Addition. For this day was added, and the former days he called the feast. And thus it was manifested that it should be, and it is written on the heavenly tablets. Wherefore it was revealed to him that he should celebrate it, and add it to the 7 days of the feast. And its name was called Addition, because that it was recorded amongst the days of the feast days, according to the number of the days of the year. And in the night, on the 23rd of this month, Deborah, Ribkah's nurse, died. And they buried her beneath the city under the oak of the river, and he called the name of this place the river of Deborah, and the oak of the morning of Deborah. And Ribkah went and returned to her house to his father Yitzhak, and Yaakov sent by her hand rams and sheep and he-goats, that she should prepare a meal for his father, such as he desired. And he went after his mother till he came to the land of Cabratan, and he dwelt there. And Rachel bore a son in the night, and called his name Son of My Sorrow, for she suffered in giving him birth. But his father called his name Benjamin, on the 11th of the 8th month, in the 1st of the 6th week of this Jubilee. And Rachel died there, and she was buried in the land of Ephrathah. The same is Bet Lechem. And Yaakov built a pillar on the grave of Rachel, on the road above her grave. The end of chapter 32. Psalms, Tehilliym, chapter 53. Natzak, Makalath, Maskil, of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahuwah. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that does good. Yahuwah looked down from heaven upon the children of men, to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek Yahuwah. Every one of them is gone back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that does good. No, not one. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Those who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon Elohim. There were they in great fear, where no fear was. For Yahuwah has scattered the bones of him that encamps against you. You have put them to shame, because Yahuwah has despised them. Oh, that the deliverance of Yasharel had come out of Zion. When Elohim brings back the captivity of his people, Yaakov shall rejoice, and Yasharel shall be glad. Hallelujah. Praise Yah, praise Yahuwah the Father. In the name of the Son, Yahushua HaMashiach. I pray this is a blessing to you. Thank you for following along. Continue to read your Bible and study. And Yah willing, I will see you tomorrow. Shalom.